Nigeria stand for each and every one of us here. We are too comfortable. People in London are too comfortable. If they deport anybody here today, a lot of people don't have papers too. If they deport any one of us, I would rather get deported to an Omoyele Sowore regime than be deported to a Buhari regime or to be deported to an Atiku regime. People are getting deported every day. People are getting deported every day, and I don't know why people are still saying, oh, let's give Buhari 4 more years. Buhari cannot have 4 more years. We are sick and tired of this old about in Nigeria. When are we going to talk? We finally got somebody that goes to stand for us. This man is the Malcolm X of the future. He is the Martin Luther King of our future. And we have so many people like him. There's other aspirants. Hello. 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 Hello.
Take it back.
Take it back.
Action.
2019.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to pass the microphone to someone else. I'm so tired of this. There's a lot of me I want to say more. I urge people to go online as well. Please, when we're on the internet here, let us stop going to watch all this music, all these whiskey, to Wasabi, all these people. They're not really helping us because they don't sing conscious music. It is time for us to listen to people that sing conscious music. Everybody here knows Fela Kuti, but when it is time for us to practice what this man has been singing in his music, we all go and hide. My people no one die. My people too fear. My people fear for the air around them. My people get wife for house. They get every. We don't want to act. When are we going to start acting? So this is what it is here. If we claim we are true Nigerians, we should not be in London relaxed. We're in London and we are so relaxed. We are forgetting about the people back home. I have said my own piece of the story of my story. I've got friends in Nigeria asking me to send £20 every day. Please send £20, send £50. I have said my own part. If next year 2019 you vote for Buhari or you vote for Atiku, forget about anybody sending you money back home. Nobody is sending you money back home. Thank you very much, and God bless everybody, and God bless Nigeria. Love everybody, love Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Take it back, sir. Take it back. We love you, sir.
Yes, we are taking it back. That's a good speech. You know, here we are on the aspect of from the diaspora perspective. This is our man. And we are here to support him. We are not really supporting him, we are supporting ourselves. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. Nothing is stopping us. If you have questions, you want to know more about AAC, this is the time. Don't just sit down and be it won't even be a London looker. You know. It is high time we are taking it back. Everybody has somebody back who listens to them. If you can talk to them, they will talk to their friends, and we are taking our country back. Before we move forward, one of us, Honorable Muyiwa Solomon Odewole, is our candidate for the Federal House of Reps. Can you stand up for recognition, please? Thank you. Tell us a bit about it. My name is Muyiwa Odewole, representing I'll be going for the House of Representatives. You hear me? Sorry. I'll be representing Agogo to the government in the next 2019 election. House of Representatives. I've been in India for a while, and I look at the situation in Nigeria now. How do I contribute to make a change in Nigeria? It's not by sitting here in the air, maybe sending money to them in Nigeria, but I need to be part of it, part of that change. And thank God for my chairman, Omoyele Sowore. give us the lead that this is possible, that we don't have to sit there and be waiting for somebody to make a change in Nigeria. We need to be part of it, and that's why I decided to join the party and go to Nigeria to make that change. The last day convention in Kenya, I was there, and a lot of us cannot go to Nigeria to contest in South Africa, you understand? But whatever way you can support the party to win the 2019 election is vital, it's important for us, because we can't sit down. We don't know what's going to happen here in the next few years. If you don't repair our country, a lot of people suffer to make this country the way it is today. And if we're looking at it that because we are comfortable here, well, we don't have anything to do with Nigeria. Who knows what will happen? And the home is home, which I believe too. So please, if you have the opportunity to support the AAC or go to do something vital in Nigeria, please do that. And this is my advice. Thank you, my chairman. Thank you for giving us the platform to make the change in Nigeria. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable. Let's support our party. Let's support our movement. This is our time. You can't get it better. This is the time to take it back. And by the grace of God, we're taking it back. So it's high time. Let's keep bringing it to our people back home. They listen to us. We send money to them. It's high time we do us to save them. And that's the only vehicle you can save them with. So anybody else that needs to say something about this is the time. And if you are not yet a member, I don't know what you are waiting for. You cannot sit on the fence. You can't make big excuse. Either you make excuse or you make progress. You need to make one. You can't be on the fence. You want to know more about AAC, it's the right time. If you are not yet a member, you better be. Because that's the only platform you have to take your country back. You can have 10 British passports. You see this color? Your background will fish you out. If you don't join to build your country, where are you building? Home is where your heart is. If you don't contribute to build your country back, you're wasting your time. Home is where your heart is, and home is sweet. So, anybody else that needs to say one or two things, please, it's the right time. Thank you.
Yeah, someone commented on your... Is that going to be a meeting?
My name is I came from Warsaw, Poland. I'm from Omoyele local government in Diaspora, and I will as well running for the state assembly by special grace of God. The name is House, and very soon we are moving back home to see what we can do to take it back and give it back to the real owner of Nigeria. Actually, what I wanted to say to corroborate what Honorable just said, because during my last visit, I came back also from Nigeria 3 days ago. I took my time to travel around in the states. I was as far as Owode, and what I saw. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm not used to this. Thank you. You know, under normal circumstances, if you are traveling the route from Ejiroko to Lagos to Ikeja, it shouldn't be more than 2 hours. But because of the bad road, we end up to spend 6 good hours. We even detour to the sick hospital of going through Ilaru to get back to the highway. The same thing we went on the way. And every year in, year out, we are hearing that they are budgeting for the road construction. They are budgeting for infrastructure, but these things are not on ground. And this is why we need to really make an impact in 2019 by supporting the AAC and support the presidential candidate of the party. Take it back.
Action!
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sylvia Pardew. I was born and us that are actually born and raised here also do think about going back to Nigeria and seeing the potential and wanting to make a difference there as well. So I wanted to also tell you that I'm really proud of what you've been doing and also what the Take It Back movement has been doing. It's given me so much hope and I'm really thankful for that. My question also is, we come from different tribes, different backgrounds. I wanted to ask, do you have any plans to forge a new Nigerian identity that just carries everyone along? Because we have to work together and there needs to be that trust built there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a great question. You know, when you hear about ethnicity, religion, and tribalism in Nigeria, they're all designed to keep Nigeria in the condition that it is. What we find interesting about Nigeria is that the people at the top who are responsible for looting Nigeria's resources, they don't have ethnic differences. They don't have tribal differences. And ultimately, I can tell you, they are not religious people. They don't know God. But when it is time to keep the people divided so that they cannot unite to overthrow them and they agree, they introduce tribalism and religion and ethnicity. Because that is how to keep our people divided. But I think our people are wise now, they are smart. For instance, nobody, well I won't say nobody, some people might have, but majority of our people at this time are not asking for my ethnic, identity. They're asking if I can help fix Nigeria. They're asking if I can help make Nigeria a better and fantastic country. And my presentation has been based not on ethnicity, but based on capacity, character, and capability and integrity. And people are keen in on this. Normally, if this was 2003 or 2007 or 2010 or 11, we were discussing zoning. That, it is not the tone of your ethnic group. But nobody is talking about zoning this time around because there are no zoning to cheat the lot of Nigerians. People are asking for a different direction, and it is that different direction that is piloted by justice. I mean justice that can bridge all the gaps and remove all the differences that has been created artificially to keep Nigerians down over all these years. I'll tell you once again, Nigerians are great people. The moment they find a just and fair country, they will not try to find out where they come from. You know, when it comes to hunger, starvation, and malaria, they don't know ethnicity. When you are hungry, hunger don't ask you where you come from. When you are about to be sick, they don't ask you whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa. When you are going to be poor, they don't ask you. When you are going to get in a road accident, they don't ask you where you come from. And I think a lot of Nigerians are smart and wiser now. And it is part of the good news at this time that people are not focused on those divisive tendencies and variables that have kept us backward over this year. So the moment we put Nigeria on the path of progress, development coming in, prosperity coming in, you have a leader who is not appointing and employing people based on their ethnic background, you'll be surprised how we can put behind all of these skills so quickly to make Nigeria a fantastic place to be in. So, thank you for your question, and I hope you mobilize all the females. We need women to make up their mind because they have the power, they have the influence to get Nigeria to start working again. Please, talk to everybody you can find that the time is now. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. First of all,
First of all, I have to congratulate our presidential candidate for being elected to be, the bear leader of us. I won't say much. I used to work for the United Nations. I was an advisor to the Deputy Prime Minister of Uganda and Namibia. I'm a specialist on post-conflict reconstruction, which is internally displaced people. My question is, you could have been receiving my messages all the time about technocrats. How are we going to actually, formulate technocrats a group, which means we are preparing for not only leadership but for the presidency. And that is very, very important. And I've been listening to what people have been saying about minimum wage now, which is 100,000 naira. Yeah. My question is this. Now, how will you actually bring other economists within your group to be able to convince the Nigerian population that this is not only possible, but it will be implemented? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Last question about minimum wage, the second, but you also talked about how to bring technocrats into the, if you ask me, I hate to use the word technocrats because they have abused that word too much. The likes of Okonjo Iweala, Sheikh Wakanga, they were referred to as technocrats. They came, met Nigeria in a terrible shape, and they left Nigeria worse than they met it. We need people of character. We need people with integrity. We need people with exposure. And I believe you have it. You don't have to describe yourself as a technocrat for me to believe in you. You just have to be passionate about how to develop Nigeria. And you are qualified. There's no technocracy that is better than a qualified Nigeria. Wherever they may come from, whether they speak French, they speak English, whether they're exposed to how things are done in France, or they're exposed to it in the United Kingdom, or Ghana, or Zimbabwe. And Nigerians all over the place. I remember joking about it the last time I was in London. We had a dinner like this somewhere outside London, and we met a guy who said he's a tunnel engineer. I've never heard about that before. And I asked him, what is the meaning of being a tunnel engineer? He said, we are the ones who build the tunnel in the UK. I said, well, the only thing I've ever heard about before is tunnel vision. And that's the vision of our leaders. And he laughed at me, But guess what? These guys are out there waiting on the wings to come in and make Nigeria fantastic. In fact, a lot of the people you call technocrats want to come in and work for free. But they have not found a leader that will even accept their ideas. Because we are dealing with analog brain leaders. And we have reached a digital society. Right? The second question, once again. Minimum wage. I ask you again because I want to be sure. There is nothing to be proud about in asking to pay $300 per month. That is our proposal. The current minimum wage of Nigeria is 18,000 naira, which is about $39 per month. This minimum wage is not only too small, it is wages of sin. It's like debt. And it has, in my view, become a crime against humanity to wake up every morning at 8 o'clock, go to work and come back at 4 or 5 p.m., 5 days a week, and you are paid peanuts. So what did we do? Just so that people can understand that we have more than enough. We prepared a salary compared to on the website Sowore 2019. And we asked that Nigerians should go and put in their current annual salary, monthly salary, and compare with what Nigerian senators are collecting as allowances. If you are receiving 18,000 naira per month, it will take you 39 years to earn what a senator is earning in a month. 39 years. We have the money to pay 100,000 naira, of course. We do. But there are two categories of people in Nigeria. Those who are greedy and those who are needy. Here is how we fund the greedy. Currently, the asset management company of Nigeria called AMCO has come out openly, and listen to this, that the toxic debt in our system is 5.4 trillion naira. 5.4 trillion naira. Ask me how many people incur the debt? 150 Nigerians. Out of 200 million. 150 Nigerians owe Nigerians bad debts. 5.4 trillion naira. 150. Meanwhile, the salary that we are proposing for the entire civil service of 100,000 per month minimum wage will only cost Nigeria 1.3 trillion naira per year. Do you understand now? We have done our research, we have turned around and looked for money everywhere, and we found out that when we collect the money that is accruable to the federal government, after we pay the minimum wage of 100,000, we will still have over 4.5 trillion naira left. This money, for those of you who read newspapers out of Nigeria, the Federal Inland Revenue Service came out and said so far they have collected 4.3 trillion naira as of last month, as of October, from taxes. What is Nigeria's annual budget? 8 trillion naira. So if the IRS, FIRS, has already generated 4.3 trillion, the customs said they've generated 2.3 trillion. We have not added NNPC, JAM, Port Authority. All of them have generated more than the budget already. So why is the government borrowing money to finance the budget? What? They even lied that for them to fund the next budget, they need to sell assets. And I say we are not selling any assets, we are selling Buhari and his people. AAC! Take it back! So that this country can experience progress. It's never happened in our lifetime. But guess what? Not only is it that what we are preaching has become acceptable, they are shamelessly stealing our own ideas and implementing them as we speak now. In fact, we have become very circumspect in speaking publicly about some of the ideas that we have. The moment we put it out there, they will say the idea and run. We went to Badagry the other day and said the roads between Badagry and Lagos is bad, it needs to be fixed, but we'll fix it if they wait for us. A month after the week we said it, we went to the Federal Executive Council and awarded the contract for the road. But guess what? Nobody will fix the road. The contractor will collect their mobilization fee, drop it with the APC people for the election, that's the end of the story. Because you can hardly find in Nigeria today 30 kilometers of highway that is smooth, that can take you to your destination. We drove from Manchester today to London. Almost 1.5 hours. We did not hit a bump on the road. And guess what? There's nothing happening out here in terms of resources that doesn't come partially from Nigeria. It is our money that is being used to build part of Ghana. So, just let's get there. Support us in the best way possible. The minimum wage that you are hearing about today will become possible or even better as soon as we get into office. Let me tell you, the reason we are having a debate about minimum wage is this, and I'll say that as the last comment, is because of the value of the naira. If the value of the naira were to hold firm as it held 4 years ago, 18,000 naira is more than what it is today. In fact, there was a time that the minimum wage was equivalent of 56,000 naira. That is if the naira was still holding at 125 naira per dollar. So there's no big deal about proposing minimum wage. But we're just saying that if you give people the right minimum wage, it will increase their purchasing power. It will create an economy that has small businesses, and as things are working, people will be happier. That is what we are proposing. We are not proposing to bring inflation. Do you know why? How is it that they are shouting inflation, inflation? The money that they are stealing is not causing inflation. The money the senators are taking home is not causing inflation. But the little we are supposed to pay workers is going to cause inflation. You see what I'm talking about? So ladies and gentlemen, we will make Nigeria such a fantastic country. You all will be proud of being part of history tonight, as soon as we win next year. And we will win.
We've won already.
AAC! Take it back! Take it back! Action!
President George Bush once said before the Operation Desert Storm, he said, for evil to succeed is when good men stand back and do nothing. We have seen in Sowore the zeal, the enthusiasm, and the ability, the credibility, and the integrity to propel Nigeria forward, to stand shoulder to shoulder with the so-called first world. And each and every one of us has to contribute to this. Please, I'm imploring us all that is listening to my voice here, let us dip our hands into our pockets, bring out our cards, and support this worthy cause. Because generations yet unborn, they will look up at us. There are two things they will say. They will say, it's either they say, oh, they didn't stand up for us in the time when they had the time. Or, these are the people who brought out of slavery. We don't want to go back to our Egypt. And God Almighty shall see Omoyele Sowore through in Jesus' name. Please, let us support him with all our might, all our financial ability and capability. We shall all benefit from this. According to him, mark you, we are not going to get contracts here, but what we are going to inherit is a country that is worthy of returning to. I have friends, I've lived in Belgium before I migrated to this place. There are friends I know in Europe who are afraid of going back home because there's no good country to go back to. But in him, I can see a vision. I can see a vision. I can see Nigeria being good again, irrespective of where we come from, whether from the north, from the south, east, or west. But it is our collective ability that is going to make this happen through this man who has had the courage. I know so many armchair politicians, so many discussions that can take place in beer parlor. This is and that, this and that, but who has the courage to step forward? Sometimes a lion do walk lonely in the forest, in the wilderness. It takes a courage for somebody like him who wants to stand up to all these thieves
and all these people who have surrounded the country. I remember when we were growing up, back in the 70s and in the 80s, when we were in college then, we never knew this is how our country was going to be. It's going to be. Now, there is no water corporation anymore. NEPA is not working. The railway system is non-existent. Nothing works. And we are here for these Oyibo people to have respect for us. We must build a new nation again. The Chinese people you are seeing today, when they had their cultural revolution 70 years ago or more, they built the country with their bare hands. So all these new machinery is being brought to do, say, the railways. We can employ 2 million people, pay them wages every Friday. All those army of secondary school people who don't have any work and graduates. As we speak, there are some homes in Nigeria, they have 4 graduates. No work, nothing. But in Him, at least there is a vision. And God Almighty shall help us through. So shall it be. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking, exchanging ideas. You said we need to make sacrifice. You see, if you do not make a sacrifice, you can't have a result. So we'll be talking about our party. What is the need for you? How do you want to support us? So we've come to a stage where we need to look inward and come out and support us. At this point, I want us to support this great movement, this great party, our future, with our substance. So I will appreciate if we can donate towards this cause. And let's donate in a special way. If you want to donate through cash, you're welcome. We're ready for you. If you don't put your resources into it, it's still word of mouth. You see, no matter how rich you are, if you don't touch somebody's life, if you don't touch a movement that will change life, you are a poor person. You are not rich. The substance that God gave to you is not for you. It's for you to touch life. And how do you touch life? If you don't support a great party like this, a great movement like this, if we change our country, we are only changing ourselves. And we are touching the life of our unborn children. We are moving forward. We are moving forward. So I will implore you guys, let's deep down into your pocket. Let's come up with something substantial to support this great party. So it's high time, please. So if you got something to support us, I will appreciate if you raise your hand. Our member will come forward to you. And we appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Okay. It's time for the mission, guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is just the beginning. So, and this is not the end. I'll be supporting this worthy cause with a donation of £100. And thereafter, some money will stay for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's £100. What's your name, sir?
So, my name is Victor Babatunde Omoyele.
So,
What's your name, sir?
Another 100 from Mr. Kakui. Read the box. Thank you, sir. You see, you need to use your substance in the right way. It is high time, bless our party with your substance. We don't need money bags. We don't want people that will sell gold for 4,000. You see, we need to educate our people family. Give them 4,000 naira. 1,000 naira for 1 year. 4,000 for 4 years. And they will be suffering. But let's put our resources together. We are going places. We have conceived this. And we are achieving this in the name of God. Nobody is stopping us because we are unstoppable. It's a moving train. You either join us or you are left behind. So, more donation, please. Okay.
Good morning, Sylvia. I'd like to donate £20 and also my skills.
Thank you.
President, please, just a quick question. Last week I was in Nigeria and I was actually speaking to quite a friends. And every time I go out, I'm always talking about you, and it seems like quite a lot of people don't really know much. So my question now is, I don't know where you want to start your rally so that people can actually recognize you, because it's like, I'm sure most people listening to you, of course, they will definitely love you, because it seems like a lot of people are tired of Buhari, and Atiku is like, okay, maybe I might go for him or not, or some people are like, hey, I don't want to do any voting. But I'm sure if they listen to you, I'm sure the mindset will change. So when do you want to start this rally so people can really recognize you? Because as it is now, I don't know. So based on the program, I want to promote some of the people.
Thank you.
Well, just to let you know that rallies will commence on November 18 officially. So we are not allowed to do open rallies. But we're doing a lot of consultations and visitation. We are doing grassroots meetings. I'll tell you, the strategy is simple. If somebody tells you they don't know your candidate, introduce your candidate to the person. You cannot call the person back and they say they still don't know that something is wrong with the person. What they need to know is that there's a new candidate in town, there's a new political party in town that's willing and ready to change the Nigerian narrative. And I tell you, a lot of people who claim not to know us, when you dig a little deeper, they actually know us. They will not know the exact name. But when you say, do you know the guy who used to be Sahara reporter? I say we know the guy. So you just need to do a little bit of deeper introduction. And I went just to test whether people know us or not. I went on the train in Lagos, I think last week. Yaba. It's the worst railway transportation in the world. I have to confess to you. And as soon as we walked into the train, they started shouting, Sowore, not baby Sowore, and all that. So that is not elitist. That's grassroots right there. And we get on the plane on the way to London yesterday. It was the same thing. I think the awareness is growing. I will not discountenance what you said, that some people may not know. But tell them that people should stop knowing and identifying with thieves, which is what the articles of this world represent. Or lifelessness, which is what Buhari represents. So they must choose life and integrity over thievery and incompetence. Keep introducing to them until they accept it, until they understand. But the other part is that a lot of people on their own are well going all out to popularize the party and our candidates. For instance, I met someone on the plane yesterday who said he had the same experience he had with you 2 months ago. But when he went back to Nigeria last week, all the way from Benin to Asaba, he found our posters to the left and right of the road. And we didn't print the posters, we didn't print the posters ourselves. They were printed by persons like yourselves, and they gave contract to people to post, to place the posters all over Edo up to Delta states. One person did. One person today at Luton said he's going to hire people and pay them minimum wage, our own minimum wage until the election, to be pasting posters that he will print. So they asked us for the JPEG of these posters. They print them en mass, 2,000 here, 3,000 there. Before you know it, will be known across the country. The advantage we have is that we are known already across the world. We just need to seep deeper and deeper into the grassroots. This is the first global movement of Nigeria in my lifetime. So please keep pushing and pushing. And again, don't be shy to donate whatever you have. Right? Feel free to donate. And it's not only cash donation, you can donate other things. Like I said, you might have a car sitting down somewhere in Lagos. Brand it for us. We don't need to drive it, just put the brand. That's the advertisement right there. You might have 2,000 posters, 5,000 posters. Do it for us. You might have t-shirts that you can make. Do it for us. There are people who sit down here and they give 20 pounds to people who are hanging out and say, just discuss, let me just explain my candidate to you. It works because 20 pounds, you know what 20 pounds is in Nigeria? Anyone know what 20 pounds is in Nigeria? It might sound like a small amount of money to you, but it's a big deal to Nigeria because with 500 naira, you can eat satisfactorily in several parts of Nigeria today, even as bad as things are. So whatever you can give is going to have a huge impact on our campaign. On GoFundMe, which is an online crowdsourcing website, you can also donate to us. It's gofundme.com/Sowore2019. We have raised almost $94,000 as of today on GoFundMe. We also have a Nigerian account at Zenith Bank, and so far we have raised almost 23 million naira on that account. And this money is coming from people who are donating 500 naira, 1,000 naira. And now we are getting people donating 50,000 naira at a time. Today alone, people donated in Luton 50,000 naira in 3 places into the account, right there in the room. So some of you that are a little bit leery about giving dollars, if you have naira account, you can donate to us. We'll give you the account number. So without wasting too much of your time, my solution will be that we pass the microphone around and let people feel free to donate. All right? Thank you. There's somebody at the back there.
Give him a round of applause. Give the president a round of applause. Come on, man. Say.
Presidential candidates. One of the things I admire about you is nobody calls you honorable. But you're an honorable man. A lot of the people being referred to as honorable in Nigeria don't have any That's an observation. On behalf of my brother here, religiously, and myself, we didn't know we were going to do no donations. But I had things in mind. So we're going to give £100 now. And my printing person at Equity, I'll order them tomorrow to give you 5,000 posters. Wow. So all I want is the artwork. I'll give my printing press manager's number tonight, so you can liaise with him. I'll give him the authority, and then whoever the artwork is. Yeah, 5,000. Both of us, on behalf of both of us. Thank you.
Let's give the gentleman a round of applause once again. God bless. Our sister wants to give a donation. Twice the amount.
My name is Donna Radley, and I would like to donate £100.
Thank you.
Keep it coming, guys.
Thank you.
Your wealth is not yours if you don't share it with someone next to you. Who else?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Omoyele Sowore. I'm pleased to be here today, and I'm not feeling shy at all, but a little bit. I see a new Nigeria in Sowore, and I see a home to return to in Sowore. So I believe in him. And every time, I think I have things to do now. Every time, anywhere, online, I always do that. So no matter how little time that I have, I'll be sharing. So permit me to just be tonight, but I know suspect that that's 50 pounds.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My name is Musa Saleh.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Keep it coming. You are not supporting you are supporting yourself. You are building your future. You are taking back your country. That's why God is blessing you to touch somebody. You are not touching Sowore. You are not even touching AAC. You are touching our brothers back home who are suffering. Some cannot even eat, where they don't have future. Now with your substance, you are giving them future. You are lighting the way for them. And you know what? God loves a cheerful giver. You wouldn't know what you are doing that God is blessing you. You know, anybody that you can assist, it's your brother. It doesn't have to be your biological brother or sister. It's the next person. How can you do it? If you can do it through this great movement. So guys, we need your support. We have GoFundMe there. We have the account here if you think you don't have cash with you. Some gentle guys here have been crediting the account here. You can do that too. Even if you don't have your card, you can still do it. You can do it online, GoFundMe. You know, because you are sowing for a good cause. You are building a nation, and God will help us. Guys, let's have it coming. We can even take promissory note from you. Bet you are a financial person. I'll come over and get it. Whether your home, your office, everywhere. We can do it. We are taking it back. Not that let's take it back, we are taking it back. We are taking it back with your help, with your support. This has been conceived. Believe you me, nobody can stop us. We are taking it back, we are achieving it. Whether you like it or not, we are achieving it. This is a good cause, a great cause. Where do you want your name to be written? With the thieves or with the saints? Where do you belong to? You want to be honorable, that they call themselves honorable, or you want to be honorable? Let's do it, guys. Do I see somebody say I should bring the mic? Yeah. thinking of, something in you is telling you you can do it. Something in you is saying, oh, no, keep quiet. You know what, when you wake up in the morning, you have a dream. But there is something in you that says, you can't do it. There is an adage in Yoruba, if the enemy within did not do you any harm, enemy outside cannot do it. The enemy within is not the wizard or the witches. It's that thing in you that is stopping you from achieving your goal. Supporting us is achieving your goal indirectly. And you see, I will be guys, you can't understand.